people talk about a lot is the fact that their partner is avoidant, or their partner is emotionally unavailable, and he doesn't want to show, or he or she doesn't want to have that much level of emotional intimacy, and there's huge problems there. But we haven't really uncovered what is actually attracting those two people together in the first place. And I think that's something that is incredibly interesting. So in terms of the work that I've done, what I have found is that with anxious, those people that have really strong anxious attachment patterns are drawn to dismissive avoidance, not because they're emotionally unavailable or anything like that. It's because essentially of the fact that what they're looking for is to kind of prove themselves. And when they're trying to prove themselves, they have this belief or a need for value, right? There's 8 different needs, but this one is a primary one for those people that have anxious attachment patterns. They want to be able to show that they have value and that they can contribute. And there's nobody more than somebody who is incredibly self-sufficient and incredibly independent that can draw them in, because what they see in that other person is something that they aspire to, right? And so they're kind of drawn into it like a magnet, and then they want to prove themselves to this person, and then that gives them their sense of value and meaning, right? And so that's what's actually going on in the undercurrent. On the other side, what's also equally interesting is why the dismissive avoidants are then attracted to anxious attachment. What is it that actually like propels them towards that direction? Why does that always seem to happen? And from my understanding and my experience, the reason why this is whilst the anxious attachment have a need to prove themselves and have value, the dismissive avoidants have a need for admiration, right? Because of the fact that they do so much to be so independent and so self-sufficient. It's that the only way that they then, and the undercurrent is that they then have meaning and value, is for somebody to see them and say, wow, like you've really got your shit together. You are absolutely amazing. Like, I can't believe you do all of that. And that then is their level of dopamine hit. That's their kind of bid for connection. And so that's one of the reasons why, and I would say that the undercurrent of what's actually drawing these two people together. So it's got nothing to do with the fact that sometimes we say, oh, you know, you're kind of attracted to emotionally unavailable men. You need to stop doing that. I need to start looking for people that are emotionally unavailable. What anxious attachment really need to understand is, what is it that the meaning that this other person is going to give them that they can't give for themselves, right? What is it about them that really wants to prove their value to somebody else in order to feel good about themselves, right? And once they start to unravel that draw is not going to be there as much. And equally for the dismissive avoidance, what is it about them that really needs that level of admiration? And can they unravel that so they don't need it as much? And that helps them to then move into secure attachment, okay? I hope that helps people. Swing a comment below if you've got any questions. I would be really interested if you are anxious and you're constantly just drawn to dismissive, or if you're dismissive and you're drawn to anxious. How did you kind of marry that up? Like, were you able to reconcile it? Did it create problems? I would love to know. And hit a like or a love or a share, because I need some of that loving, people. Okay, have a great day and stay blessed, stay happy.